You wake up, look in the mirror, and think, how much longer can I keep doing this? You're exhausted, but quitting isn't an option. Welcome to Recharge and Reignite, where we don't quit, we recover. How to recover from burnout without quitting your job. A practical guide for tired professionals who can't just walk away. Burnout is not just about being tired. It's a deep, soul-level exhaustion that turns your job from something you once cared about into something you dread. It creeps in quietly, maybe as a few missed deadlines or a short temper, and before you know it, you're running on fumes. And yet, the reality for most people is, you can't just quit. There are bills to pay, families to care for, and careers to preserve. So what do you do when you're burned out but can't afford to walk away? This guide is for you, the working professional who's tired, disillusioned, and overwhelmed, but still hanging on. It's time to stop surviving and start recovering. 1. Understand what burnout really is. Burnout isn't just stress. According to the World Health Organization, burnout is a syndrome resulting from chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed. It has 3 main components. Emotional exhaustion. You feel drained and unable to cope. Depersonalization. You feel detached, cynical, or negative toward your job or coworkers. Reduced personal accomplishment. You feel ineffective, incompetent, or like your work doesn't matter. Understanding that burnout is a real condition, not a personal failure, can shift the way you treat yourself. You don't need to be tougher. You need to recover. 2. Give yourself permission to slow down. Many high achievers fall into burnout because of one core belief. If I just push harder, I'll get through this. But burnout isn't a wall you can push through. It's quicksand. The more you struggle without strategy, the deeper you sink. What recovery requires is permission to slow down, to say no, and to protect your energy like it's your most valuable asset. Because it is. If you can't take a long vacation, start small. Take real lunch breaks away from your desk. Avoid checking email after work hours. Block out 15 to 30 minutes a day where you do nothing work-related. Micro-recoveries throughout the day are more sustainable than waiting for a 2-week escape. 3. Identify the real energy drains. Not all stress is equal. Some parts of your job might drain you while others still feel fulfilling. The key is to map out your energy. Here's how. Try this exercise. For 1 week, jot down your tasks and rate each on. Energy level, -3, exhausting, to +3, energizing. Time spent. At the end of the week, look for patterns. Are meetings sucking your energy? Is email eating up your mornings? Are certain clients or projects always leaving you drained? Once you identify the biggest energy drains, you can start setting boundaries, delegating, or restructuring where possible. Even small adjustments can create meaningful relief. 4. Rebuild boundaries, even if it feels awkward. If you're burned out, chances are your boundaries have eroded. Maybe you say yes too often. Maybe you're afraid to disappoint. Or maybe the work culture subtly encourages overworking. Here's the truth. Recovery requires boundaries. Start with the basics. Stop glorifying urgency. Not every email needs a same-day reply. Use your calendar to block off deep work or recovery time. Say no when your plate is full. I don't have capacity for that right now is a complete sentence. And yes, it might feel uncomfortable at first. That's normal. But discomfort is part change. What's more uncomfortable is living in constant burnout. 5. Talk to someone. Even if it's not HR, you don't have to go through this alone. Talking to someone can give you perspective, support, and even solutions you haven't thought of. Start with a trusted colleague, a mentor, a therapist or coach, a friend outside of work who can listen without judgment. If you're in a toxic environment or under an unreasonable workload, HR might be able to help. But even if you don't feel safe going to HR, having a support system outside of work is critical to your recovery. 6. Reconnect with meaning in your work. Burnout often strips away the why behind what we do. Reconnecting with purpose can be a powerful antidote to emotional numbness. Ask yourself, what parts of your job once felt meaningful? When was the last time you felt proud of something at work? Who benefits from the work you do? Even if the answer is small, I like helping my team, or I enjoy solving complex problems, lean into that. Meaning doesn't have to be grand. Sometimes it's just choosing to show up with intention. 7. Rethink productivity. It's not about doing more. Burnout thrives in cultures that confuse productivity with busyness. Real productivity means doing the right things, not everything. It's about prioritizing impact over volume. Try the 1-3-5 rule. Tackle one big task, 3 medium ones, and 5 small ones per day. Start your day with the most meaningful task, not just the easiest one. Stop measuring success by exhaustion. Being drained isn't proof of effectiveness. Your value isn't in how much you can endure. It's in what you contribute sustainably. 8. Create small joys in your workday. Recovery doesn't have to be serious all the time. Sometimes, what you need most is a dose of lightness. Inject small moments of joy into your workday. Listen to music while working on repetitive tasks. Add plants or art to your workspace. Schedule coffee walks instead of back-to-back meetings. Celebrate small wins, even if it's just clearing your inbox. These may seem trivial, but joy is a renewable energy source. And when you're burned out, you need all the energy you can get. 9. Make a sustainable exit plan, if you still need one. Sometimes, burnout is a signal, not that you're weak, but that something is deeply misaligned. If you've tried all the above and still feel like you're suffocating, it's okay to explore an exit, but you don't have to quit tomorrow. Create a sustainable plan. Polish your resume a little each week. Build connections in your industry. Save money to create a buffer. Clarify what kind of role would better suit your needs. Even just knowing you have a plan can bring some mental relief. Final thoughts. You can heal without burning it all down. Burnout doesn't mean your career is over. It doesn't mean you're weak or that you failed. It means your system, mental, emotional, physical, is asking for repair. You don't have to quit your job to recover, but you do have to make changes. Start with one, then another. Let recovery be your quiet revolution. You're not alone. You're not broken. You're just burned out, and you can come back from this.